Welcome back, fans. Here at the lounge at Chaos Corner for a live-to-tape edition of Chaos Corner, we're doing the A&E biography review of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. This is part 3. Fans, I can't implore you enough to go back out and check the monologue that I did, part 1, part 2, and this is part 3 of the review, A&E biography of Dusty Rhodes. An emotional, unbelievable review, perhaps the best I've ever seen. And again, if you go back and you'll know the whole story of my background, connections, and what we're talking about here, you can follow along. Each episode here has been 20 minutes to a half an hour. I don't want to keep it too long. Remember, it was a 2-hour show, and then throw in my monologue. So I want to give you guys a chance to watch it along here. We're at commercial break. We're coming back to A&E biography, Dusty Rhodes, here on the YouTube channel. Go over to your laptop, your mobile device, to punch in Guardian of Chaos. That will bring you to here, the mothership, Guardian of Chaos on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter in real time at Big Daddy GOC. Instagram, it's the Guardian of Chaos. 2 accounts on Facebook, J Brony and Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian. Follow me on Gitter, Gab, Truth Social, Rumble. I cover all in the IWC. Bringing you geeks, my fans. I love yous all. Truth, reality, one man, unique, unedited, unscripted, free, raw dog reality here in the lounge. No paywall, no super chats, no monetization, no Patreon, none of that. Give you my review. My over 50 years as a mark. That's right, I said it, a mark, a fan. And my over 3 decades of what I've done as a pro wrestling manager, including today, my home at the Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. That's right, the Paradise 4. We're back here, A&E documentary. Let me not stumble. I've had my double shot of espresso, so bear with me. We're going to jump off of all social media platforms. We're going down to the Nightmare Factory. That's right, the training facility of Dustin and Cody Rhodes. We're going to the Nightmare Factory. Come on back. And there's Gordon Soley. What a review. A&E biography, Dusty Rhodes with the GOC. Come on back. Slamboree, 1995, May 21st. Here comes Dusty with his kids. I believe that to be Teal and Cody. And now they're showing, of course, there's Cody Rhodes, Dusty's youngest son. We know, go back and check out the previous. You guys know this. I'm just bringing you the content, the information, my viewpoint at Slamboree when he presents the trophy to a young Cody Rhodes and talking about his memory of it. And there's Janie Engel, the producer there at WCW, and Cody explaining how much it meant to him, and the lineage, and the bloodline, and the royalty, and how Cody was one hell of an athlete, football player, champion, wrestler, Greco-Roman wrestler, collegiate wrestler, as Dustin was a football player. I mean, the background is unbelievable of the lineage coming from the loins of the American Dream. That's right. We're all living in hard times, and I'm here to bring it to you. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And you know how Dustin has been so emotional in this here on part 3. Go back out and check out the first couple of parts of my monologue. You're not going to want to miss it. Don't you dare miss it. And I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. They get into the dark side. We left off part 2, and Terry Runnels and her interference or what happened with them. I wasn't there, just a story that's being told, and her effect on Dustin and the 5-year estrangement between Dustin and Dusty. And then Cody, a different lifestyle, 2 marriages, different things. You try to be the best person you can. That's how emotional this was. Again, I said it. My wife, who's not into pro wrestling but likes the documentaries and biographies, and saw this and thought it was the most powerful thing, and she teared up. I welled up myself. It is what it is. If you didn't, I don't know if you have a heartbeat or if you're human, because this is not about just Dusty Rhodes. It's about the American dream. It's about all of us. It's about family, faith, love, second chances, communication, being a better person, if I can put out that message. It's not all about chicanery. This is what you get here. Reality, truth, making it relatable. Here's Dakota Runnels, Dusty's granddaughter. I have a granddaughter, so I can understand where Dakota's coming from and the legacy. Dusty, and here's Teal, Dusty's youngest daughter from a second marriage. Dusty passed in 2015, and I told you the connection. Go back. It's very personal to me, the opening monologue. 2015 and the year it had in my life. Dusty was young, 69 years old. Whatever he passed on from, God rest his soul. They kind of amended a little bit at the end there when Dusty was still Goldust. And here's Dusty back in 1996, back in WCW on Main Event with Eric Bischoff, of all people. Now, Bischoff has come off decent in this biography. Am I right? And Dusty did okay as a commentator. Here he is, August 2nd, 1992, when it was Dusty's call that came up with Ron Simmons becoming the first black heavyweight champion by pinning Van Vader. They credit this with Dusty, and again, Dusty connected with everyone. White, black, Hispanic, Mexican, American. He was the American dream. And what he did there, and even Booker T, leaves his comment on it, and what he did for blacks. And that's who he connected with, and his background, and he connected with everyone. And I keep saying that. We were much further back then than we are now. But in 1992, Ron Simmons, first black heavyweight champion, WCW, NWA world champion, Dusty Rhodes. Great American Bash, Starrcade, War Games, Bunkhouse Stampede, making money, putting asses in seats, training people in NXT Women's Division, his heritage, his legacy, his kids, Dustin, Cody. Come on, man. Understand what he did and what he did for people and gave chances and connected with everybody. That's how it should be, and how wrestling was as a melting pot. And they keep going back to Janie Engel, the WCW lady. She had a great perspective as well, and she added a lot to this. And here's Larry Runnels, Dusty's brother, and I said it earlier. Larry came across very well, genuine human being. They all came across as good people. The only one who didn't was Terry Runnels, the wife of Dustin. And Dustin really held on to it. I'm not here to judge anyone. Excuse me, no edit button here. I keep telling you that. I don't edit anything. However this comes out, it comes out. I don't pause anything. I don't add music to it. I don't want any copyright strikes. I'm banned. And here's Dusty in 2014 interviewing Dusty. And you can see how old Dusty got. But God rest his soul. We all do, right? They're showing different pictures, and again, take the picture. I'll say it, and I'll continue to say it as I ramble on here. Thanks for being here in part 3 of the biography, showing beautiful pictures of the graduations of Teal and Cody, and the differences between the first marriage, second marriage. Kristen and Dustin, and Cody and Teal. I mean, extended families. I come from it myself and do the same thing. And then they show how Dusty ended up in ECW. And here's Paul Heyman. And again, Dusty wanted the money, needed the money, lived for today. Didn't plan for the future. Things work out. There's a lot to be said for that, a lot not to be said for that. It's all in how you do it. There's no right or wrong answer. And here's Hogan. I'm not judging him, but boy, did he turn out to be a liar, huh? A lot of things. And they're showing Corino and Dusty Rhodes in that bull rope match, living dangerously, ECW. I was there, talked to Dusty, had a chance to pick his brain. Unbelievable part of my connection. As I said, go back to the monologue in the year 2015. And here's Michelle Rubio Rhodes, Dusty's wife. She really came across as a nice, genuine lady. Well done, well produced. Kudos. I'm going to put this up on all social media platforms. I'm here in the lounge. They're at another commercial. We're 9 minutes in here. Let me fast forward it here. Part 3. Thanks for being here. Stay hydrated. It's a scorcher out there today. Look up to the skies. Again, faith, family, friends, nothing's guaranteed. Stay close to your loved ones. That's all I can say. Thanks for being here. This is my stress reliever. Hopefully I can do it for you as I'm looking at the camera, looking at the smart TV in here, looking at the boy over here, monitoring the cameras and trying to get forward. So again, thank you guys for being here and bearing with me. 3 parts. I don't think there'll be a 4th. We're going to try to get this done. We're back here at the Hall of Fame in 2015, mere months before Dusty's death on October 11th. I told you the connection of October 11th. They're showing Ric Flair. They're showing Dustin. They're showing Cody with the black hair at that point, giving the speech in 2015 when Dusty went into the Hall of Fame. And you could see elderly, fragile, sick, not looking good, had things going on. Stephanie McMahon here is giving her opinion. She looks different, doesn't she? Really? Stephanie? showing the whole Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes things when Cody was a young grappler and Dusty walking him out. And they're showing the whole video montage. And if this doesn't get to you, seeing Dusty ringside while Cody's taking on Orton in the WWE back then, I believe 2014, 2015, I've got to say. Unbelievable pictures and photos, and I'll say it again. Take the photo, take the picture. As long as you're not annoying somebody, harassing someone, trying to use it for no good or make money off it, then you're an asshole. Back then, Jerry Lawler's out there too. Tears in the eyes of the Rhodes family as Cody gives an unbelievable speech to Hall of Fame. Flair's got his tears in his eyes. And there's Dustin and Cody. And here comes America, the Midnight Rider, Dusty Rhodes. And there's Cody, Dustin, and Dusty all embracing. Let me listen. You look at driving down the road, night after night, trying to make a town, getting $25. That's hard times. Hard times. It's our duty to make it good times for the fans that pay their money to see us perform each and every night. Gotta make good times out of hard times. When you got hard times, you gotta have good times. 2015. Months later, I believe he passed away, and it happened fast. If I remember his wife saying 48 hours or less, and they're back to Dave Zirin, the sports editor from The Nation. It was a big part of this A&E biography. Showing pictures of Dusty, and again, you could see it. And then they're going back to Stephanie, and Dusty was at the training center. He still wanted to be involved in the business. And he was a part of the women's division and training young talent, and he wanted to give back. And again, he was a booker, a promoter, a trainer, made money, and he still wanted to give back. And he had a big impact on a lot of the current stars in 2015 when he was in NXT and before then. Let that sink in. He did a lot for a lot of people, Dusty Rhodes. You know, a lot of superstars he was responsible for. You know, doing promo classes in Florida in 2012, and with people like, as they try to show up and flash up on here, everyone from, you know, Stephanie's talking about, they show Seth Rollins and Dusty behind stage, and they give you what it takes, and they show Kevin Owens, and it's good stuff. You got to be a carpenter. You got to give back. That's what we do at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. The Paradise 4, as they show Becky Lynch in her early days, and crediting it to Dusty. Paul Roma, Mario Mancini, Paul Perez, Big Steve Tracy, ParadiseAlleyProWrestling.com, the training facility, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. That's what we do. That's what the Rhodes family does. That's what a lot of different people do. But you have to have the connection. You have to know what you're doing. And that's what Dusty did. That's what Dustin is doing now with the Nightmare Factory. And that's what we do down at PAPW with Roma Mancini and the boys. Again, Dusty's wife, Michelle, came off great. I believe I got her name right. You know, and he got a second chance to try to do the right thing and be the best, and that's what his family explains. And he ended up, nothing's more important than family. And he was a good man, and his brother Larry Runnels confirmed it. And Dusty changed his ways. He did what he did. He lived the life. You can't have any regrets, and things are different. Again, when you have extended families and things don't work out, and it's a tough road and it's hard times, but you adapt, you overcome, and you become the best person. You learn from your mistakes, as his daughter Kristen Runnels says, his oldest daughter from the first marriage. If I can relay this to you guys, we all can relate to this in one way or another. Supposedly a great-grandfather. I'm a grandfather now. You could see it. You could feel it. They've said it. I know what it's like. I lost a daughter, 2015. I know what it's like. I have a daughter, another daughter. I have a granddaughter. So I just want to give you the connection here. If you ever get this far in these videos, I don't know if you do. It doesn't matter. This is my legacy. And I'm just glad you're here for the ride. Showing pictures. Monday Night Raw, September 16th, 2013. Let's jump in the time machine. Here on Chaos Corner. I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. The American Dream, talking about his two sons. A&E biography. And here comes Stephanie McMahon. We want no copyrights. I don't own anything. This is strictly for entertainment, and I want to put it out there. And boy, Stephanie in different videos certainly has changed. Got older, more mature, or I don't know, something's different. I'm just saying. I'm not judging. Who am I? Look at my beard, my hair. I mean, Stephanie talking about Dusty's glorious baby boy. That's where we are here. Dusty in the ring with Stephanie McMahon on Monday Night Raw. 2013, I believe. Dusty Rhodes said you can go straight to hell. And there comes Seth Rollins and the Shield. And they're attacking him. And Dusty grabs the metal chair. You guys remember this. There's Dean Ambrose, Moxley. And there's Goldust, Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes. As they walk out, and they were attacked by the Shield. Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose. October 6, 2013, WWE Battleground. It's Dusty and Cody and Goldust. The Rhodes boys fighting for their lives, taking on the Shield. Roman Reigns, feeling oozy, right? Was that who it was? And Moxley, Ambrose, Seth freaking Rollins. 2013 seems like a long time ago, right? Back in the time machine here in Chaos Corner. And that's exactly who it is. Dusty looking frail there again. 2 years. Again, nothing's guaranteed, family. If I could say that. Nothing's guaranteed, man. You know, and then Tio's talking about beautiful backflip by Cody on Seth Rollins back there in 2013. Nice reverse body press by Dustin Rhodes. Goldust there on Ambrose. Moxley. Nice springboard drop kick by Cody on Seth Rollins. And then Cody knocks Roman Reigns off the ring apron. The Shield, if you will. Not the Bloodline. No. The Shield. Are you still with me here? On the review, A&E biography. And then Dusty throws his hat at Ambrose and Moxley. And then takes off his belt. And boom, bang, bada bing, bada boom. Moxley, Ambrose, boom, the big elbow by the American Dream on Dean Ambrose. Moxley? Anyone? Moxley, Ambrose? Bueller? Anyone? Goldust off the ring apron, jumps on Seth Rollins. No, he jumps on Roman Reigns, and then the beautiful crossroads by Dustin as he pins Seth Rollins in 2013 as it compared to the trilogy we have here in 2023 or in 2022 between Cody and Seth freaking Rollins. They did it in 2013, man. The crossroads on Rollins. They kicked Reigns' ass. They kicked Dean's ass. Mox, man. It didn't work, man. I know you're watching. I don't care. Here's Dusty in 2014. You know, because they had Dusty in this A&E biography. He talked a decent amount in this. I'm glad you guys are here for part 3. And again, you see that Dustin broke down more than once. And they're all legit crying there in 2013 in the ring. Think about it. We've all been through it. We've all been there. That's the emotional connection of pro wrestling and what we have here on the channel and what I have, whether I know you or don't know you. That's what I'm giving to you. So let's get past. I want to continue. Maybe we could fast forward here on biography, WWE Legends. It's season 3, episode 9. The Iron Sheik is coming up pretty soon. There's been some good ones on here. This has been the best by far. And the connection I have, again, as I said, and we all have. And we can all relate to it, to family. Again, WWE Legends, A&E biography, season 3, episode 9, Dusty Rhodes. Again, don't you dare miss it. I'm going to say that to say this. We're getting through, and here we go. Goldust, Cody, and Dusty, 2013 WWE against The Shield. We're picking it back up. Almost 20 minutes in here on Chaos Corner. Stick with me. This is part 3. We're in the hill country in Texas at this point. On a train. Dustin's in his pickup with his wife. Driving through the hills. Bulls, cows, fences, horses, chickens, pigs. The good life, man. God's country. All of our country. Let's kick back and relax. I hope you guys have a beverage or staying hydrated. I have to keep the pipes going here. Again, Chaos Corner is empty. We're here in the lounge. I'm not down in the bunker, although it's like air conditioning. It's a scorcher here in the Northeast. Now we're back here in the city, overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge, it looks like. Looks like we're going Madison Square Garden. Magnum TA and Dusty Rhodes, both looking a little rough for weary. Magnum from the accident and Dusty looking sick at this point. There's Magnum TA, Dusty's good friend. And you know the story of Magnum TA. Again, that Dusty was supposedly getting dizzy and lightheaded is what they're according to the documentary. And here's Michelle Rubio, Dusty's wife, Michelle Rhodes. There's Dusty, Brandy Rhodes, Cody's wife, showing all the videos and highlights of the past with the Horseman, the steel cage. There's Teal Runnels, Dusty's youngest daughter. Very emotional. And there's Dusty, March 28th, 2015, the Hall of Fame. And he looks frail. He looks sick, man. And there's Dustin welling up. And again, this is a part where, again, I don't want to be too emotional. I don't want to get too crazy. I hope you're here with me 20 minutes in. And he woke up, said something's wrong. And he fell out, man. He took a Brody. And I don't mean that in a joking way. He collapsed and they rushed him to the hospital. I guess Dusty developed an infection.
It was just eating his liver up.
Eating up his liver. This is what they're reporting. I'm just reporting it. I don't want to get too graphic. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting a little emotional. There's a picture of the family. His youngest daughter, Teal, and how they're talking about how Dusty, in 2015, I guess was the end of March, right? Got really sick, and within 30 hours, he just passed away. Cody's explaining it. Dustin's explaining it. His wife, his daughters. And again, we've all been there and lost loved ones. So if we can take a moment to pray, just for all of us, this is regular, everyday life. Not just the Rhodes family. We all have lost and can relate to this right here on this show on Chaos Corner. And again, this is where you see the vulnerable side of me and not just the character and what we can and what we all can relate to. I hope this hits home. It did with me, my wife, my family. Here's Kristen Runnels, his oldest. And I guess she didn't make it when Dusty passed away. She wasn't able to get there. And I know what that feeling's like. In 2015, when Dusty passed, I said my mother passed also in that year, and I was there to see that. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, had passed earlier in the year, and I wasn't there when she passed, and that still haunts me to this day. And this is what you get in this channel. I don't know if anyone will ever see it. June 18th, 2015. There's the NXT tribute to the American Dream.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He gave everything he had. It was his passion. To everybody on this stage, we lost family.
There's Dusty in the middle of the ring, looking up by himself in an empty arena. Now they're at the church. Dusty Rhodes' funeral.
These giants that you grew up with, and you haven't seen them in so long.
They're showing Vince and The Undertaker, and now his youngest daughter's explaining. There's John Cena, Bella's. And as Larry's saying, how revered Dusty was. His brother Larry's an unbelievable picture with Bruno and Andre the Giant and Roddy Piper and talking to Triple H. Dusty was one of a kind, man. He really was. And
I miss him terribly.
there's Linda and Vince, and there's Dustin giving the eulogy.
I guarantee it, he's getting funky like a monkey with the angels in heaven.
Funky like a monkey with the angels in heaven.
His professional identity, it claims so much of who we think he is.
Cody
but,
talking.
No, it's a minuscule part. He's a cowboy of the old republic. He's a master orator who spit fire. But if you pose the question to him, fame or family, is always family.
Fame or family, it's always family. To quote Dusty Rhodes, I couldn't agree more.
And the last thing.
Hope you guys are with me. I apologize. Well, not actually. I don't. This is reality. This is life. That's why you guys are here.
And
Here's Cody talking,
I'm glad they got
tears in his eyes, obviously, like we all would for any loved one or family member. And now showing that picture again. Take the photo, take the video. Don't worry about it.
We had a family. We had a life.
There's his wife.
Dusty gave us a good life.
Showing the ranch, and she's saying how Dusty gave him a good life. Here's Dustin and his wife climbing over the fences. Dusty wanted him to be a bull rider. I always liked bull riding. Used to watch the PBR back in the day. Yeah. Roller derby, pro wrestling, radio. Isn't that what life is all about? Baseball, religion, you know, being a Christian. Put all that together.
This is right there.
We had to hang out.
Music. It's life, right? Family, friends.
I'm good.
The little things.
I, of all the siblings, spent
Pets.
the least amount of time with my dad. And when you
Right?
have that closure,
And now
and
his
you have that
oldest
time,
daughter, Kristen, is talking again. Again, the
it's
four
so
kids,
easy.
Kristen, Dustin,
There was no question
Cody,
that
and
my
Teal,
father
showing all
had
different
that
pictures and
He knew. He knew.
explaining how it was, how each family and, you know, from divorce backgrounds, again, I know it firsthand myself, and how it affects things and what it can do and how you feel. And, you know, I feel it sometimes, again, with my two older brothers.
Hustle harder, they say.
So we're on commercial here in Chaos Corner. We're 26 minutes in. We're going to continue to go, so don't go anywhere. We're almost ready to wrap this up. I got to be less than, I want to say 10 minutes in here. This might be a half an hour. This is part 3. Go back to part 2, go back to part 1, and especially go to the monologue. I can't implore you enough if you guys aren't watching these. And again, it doesn't matter if it's 5 views or 500 or 5 million. I'm still going to do this. This is my relief, my legacy, and I want to give back to people. And I hope you guys find this and enjoy it. It means a lot to me personally. As we get personal here, we're back on A&E Biography, WWE Legends in Life, NWA, WCW, Mid-Atlantic, Georgia, Florida, The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Well, what happened here? Send in the clowns. I'm not sure what happened. What could have happened here? Stand by at Chaos Corner. Live to tape, no editing. It is what it is. Well, let me see what happened here. I forget where we were. Let's hope we didn't lose our spot, because we might have lost our spot here, fans, on Chaos Corner. Don't go anywhere, because we're definitely coming up on, this is part 3 of WWE Legends. Season 3, Episode 9, Dusty Rhodes. What a story. Again, fans, I broke it down here on the channel on the trilogy with Superstar Billy Graham. I've gone back and done reviews from the WWF. I've done book reviews on here. I do AEW live to tape watch-alongs for Dynamite. I do all the pay-per-views from WrestleMania to All In to anything involved with the big time. I do my own personal career, all the people I've worked with, all the people I've worked for, and of course my home at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. I'm trying to get us back where we are, so I'm stalling a little bit here on part 3 because apparently it kicked us off onto the music channel of Send in the Clowns when we were watching Dusty Rhodes. We got to finish up here on part 3. I can't implore you enough. And this is what happens when you're live to tape and there's no editing and you have to think on your feet. Learn something from watching this show about pro wrestling and promos and exposing yourself in front of the camera, whether it's local cable access, big time TV, pay-per-view, iPay-per-view, YouTube, your own video camera, whatever it is that you're doing, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you learn. This is how you be comfortable with it. This is how you do public speaking. This is what it's all about. And this is what I want to show to you guys. This is my way of giving back on my experience in the business. Wait, fans, hold on here because something's still going on. Don't you dare miss it. We're going to have a part 4. We're 30 minutes in here. Part 3, A&E Biographies. I got to fix this technically. Don't you dare miss it. Don't go anywhere. Come back for part 4 here at Chaos Corner.